All right, who's ready for another Legacy Series Chevelle update? This is number 6 right now that is currently sitting on a chassis in this 1970 Chevelle body. But over here, we've got Roger sitting in the number 7 chassis, which is all powder coated, getting ready to go into this car that's right behind me. But Roger has some information about this right here because you just added this to the website, right?
Just added this to the website. These are available for purchase. We'll sell it to you with the inner fenders. We'll sell it to you with the firewall. They come from us. They come from the Roadstershop raw, but we can get them powder coated for you. Get some of that stuff set up if that's what you want to do. Obviously, there's going to be some things that you grind the paint off or the powder coat off to spot weld those pieces to it, like the firewall and the outside of the rockers when you slide it into the cars. But everything else is designed to either be spot welded or panel bonded in to hang the body over this chassis. The chassis will come with the independent rear suspension. It's got the Camaro ZL1 differential. So the GM differential is just quieter than a Ford 9-inch. It comes in front of the LT4 engines in the Camaros. It's set up with the Fox shocks with the Roadstershop's proprietary Pro Touring valving, as they word it. It's set up to be mini tub from the get-go. So there's tubs that go on the outside of this that land right underneath the wheel wells of your car or the Chevelles, and so you would spot weld those into the inner fender, and it's really a quick process. It takes us about 20 to 30 hours. We've only done one at this point, so I'm sure it'll get even faster. But it comes with a larger trans tunnel. It comes with a drive shaft tunnel for the IRS. Comes with the seat mounts. Comes with the bungs for the seat belts. Comes with the spot that the fuel tank bolts right in. We'll sell you the same fuel tank. So it allows the fuel tank to not hang down like they do in regular Chevelles. When you bolt it underneath the trunk floor, it hangs way down in the car and just becomes unsightly. In the Legacy Series cars, you see the exhaust come out from underneath the IRS and divert out to go behind the bumper. And so this puts it in there with access to the fuel pump. If you have any issues with the fuel pump ever, it's not a huge deal. You can actually fix it on the side of the road if you're doing a road tour and you have a parts failure. It makes things rather easy.
So on the website, chassis is now available to purchase, and it comes raw in this configuration right here. Comes with a firewall. It comes with the rear tubs and a couple other pieces that go along with the chassis install, other than the seats and transmission and everything. But it comes with shocks. Doesn't come with these wheels.
It doesn't come with those, but we can get you some gunny wheels. It's really just set up because sometimes we may have the chassis in stock, sometimes we may not. So you may have to wait until we can get one. The only way you can get this chassis is through us. This is a proprietary deal that we've done with the Roadstershop to allow this engineering to come to fruition in the Chevelles.
And this is a fast track IRS. And what makes it really, really different is this whole floor and firewall and rear half all configured to go in like you're using it.
It allows the car to have more ground clearance. It allows the car to have more interior room from the floor to the ceiling. There's probably 3 inches more. Part of that difference gets taken up in the power seats that you're now able to put in the car, because the power seats will bolt right into the car. You can see that this fits here. There's hooks here in the front, and it goes underneath and hooks right in place. And so the seats fit right in the car. These are from a late model Camaro. Sometimes they're fairly easy to source, sometimes they're not. But they give you the power seats. They give you all those things. Then you can have them recovered. The seat foam feels great in the seats that are in there. The seats move a ton, so you can have a guy that, if you want to have that lowered seating, modern car seating position, but you're a shorter guy, you can raise the seat up and still have that position. If you're a tall guy, this car will probably fit someone that's 7'2". We've had guys sit in the old design car that were 6'10" and claim there was more room in those cars than there was in their 3/4 ton truck. You can see how much room is in here for me, and I'm 6'6". So the chassis comes with brake lines. It's got provisions for a fuel line to be ran down the side. It's really set up to cut the floor out of your car, slide the floor, the chassis over it, locate it front to back where it's going to be, spot weld the body to the chassis. You can decide if you're going to make rocker extensions to go down and attach to the frame, or if you want to use the original spot welds. We like to make the rocker extensions to where it's going to kind of just cover that last little bit of the chassis. But now the frame is even with about a 1/2 inch below what would be the pinch weld tip, instead of that further inch or more that the chassis hang down below where the pinch weld joint is. And so that's where you gain the added ground clearance. And then inside, your seats are now this much lower. Your seats are now even with the bottom of the frame. This panel under the seat, because we've actually raised the seats up, this panel under the seat would be even with the bottom of that rocker extension.
Okay, so this is the chassis. What's going on with this chassis and this car that's sitting over here?
So when we got this chassis, we immediately took the suspension stuff off, because I had the arms powder coated in the process at the Roadster shop to put powder coated arms on. And then they sent us the chassis, and we disassembled those things, had the chassis powder coated. So that chassis will get placed under this car, and then this chassis will go into storage until we take a deposit on the number 7 car, where maybe that customer needs to locate a body, or that customer may have one. And so as you can see, everything already fits in this car with the wheel tubs. This is mocked up with an LT1 naturally aspirated engine. We have not put the firewall yet in this car, because this body's going to get, the firewall will get joined to this body when the chassis is underneath it. Everything else is sitting in the car. Seats are in the car. Dash is mocked up in the car. All those parts and pieces are sitting. The door panels are hung just for positioning.
Let's jump in the car.
These seats can go way down. This is just in the position that the seats were at when the car got wrecked, that they came out of.
So even up.
Even up. These seats will go way down to where I have about 4 inches above the top of my head.
Okay.
So you can see the dash positioning that goes in here. You can just see the layout of everything and how the frame intertwines to this. We have extensive sheet metal screws just holding the flange of the body to the chassis for now.
Okay. And after this chassis, this number 7 powder coated chassis is underneath this car, what's the next stage of this build?
We're gonna get just finish everything up. Get the mini tubs in it. Get the rocker extensions on it. Extend the fenders to meet the rocker extensions. Final fit the body bumpers and stuff like that, and get it sent off to the paint shop.
Color?
That's up for discussion. This car may have an owner here soon. We're kind of in final determination of the specs he wants and pricing. And so he's talked about it being black, just like everybody else. So we'll see how that goes.
Black. Everyone wants the black.
Oh man.
White stripes?
Just like Henry Ford.
White stripes also?
I'm not sure.
Got it. If you had an opportunity, what color would you go with?
If I had an opportunity?
Correct. If you were to paint it the color that you want, what would be your next color to choose?
After spending thousands of miles following Greg in his 71 baby caca green Chevelle with the vinyl top, I think I would take that exact same layout with the vinyl top and just either do it green or burgundy with the hubcap wheels and with the black vinyl top. No stripes, and just make it. I just think if you got the right burgundy color, it would look really good. And I think a green one with green interior would look really good.
I think the green also would be another option to really look good and be not like everyone else's, which is still, the black Chevelle is iconic and it looks great, but that green definitely brings another vibe to this.
Well, the gentleman who's interested in this one, he's interested in a black one with modern wheels, and so it would just be solid black, I think. That's what the original discussion was. But it would be bronze wheels. It would have the new carbon hood that we've been working on developing. And that would, and we can post up some renderings of what those cars look like too. There's a
more sportier version of what you've been
seeing. I just say a more modern version. Like like I would say the cars at this point with the hubcap wheels and the Keystone wheels have been a timeless kind of car. and we're just creating a modern version, one that'll give us room for a little bit bigger blower, give us a few more heat extractors to get some air out from underneath the hood, trying to cut a little bit of weight off the front of the car if we can, just to give it, some carbon parts, put some aero mirrors on it that are carbon. We've kind of been working on drawings for a fully exposed carbon interior. So you would just have minimal tactile leather stuff in it, and then it would be exposed carbon that could be matte or gloss, or you might even just clear it and then PPF it to make it super strong or durable, I guess. And so just to give it a different vibe in the car without changing major things in the car.
So you have renderings of the green one, the burgundy one, and also this more modern.
The modern one.
Yeah, so we'll throw those in this video.
And I really like the modern one in the Miami blue. I don't know. It's just it just looks really good.
The lines of the hood and everything. I've seen the renderings, which you'll see them here in this video. But yeah, that definitely.
That one looks really good. And then there's a favorite color scheme I have in the Porsche GT2 RSs. That's the white and gray exterior with the gold wheels with the red interior. And that looks pretty good as well. So there's some carbon that's exposed. I've just always liked that color wheel combination.
So there's definitely some opportunity to look a little bit more unique and personalized.
And there is the option on these chassis, if you want, we've been buying the chassis from them with the narrower IRS that the Roadstershop has developed. They don't sell it on their normal fast track chassis, but they did it on these so that we can have more dish in the back of the timeless cars.
So you don't have to do a monoblock setup.
So you can't fit a monoblock.
Correct.
And so the monoblock won't fit because of the amount of the wheel offset that's there. But the other part is they will make a wide IRS. And we also have drawings for a transaxle Chevelle that isn't far from this.
So you can go the monoblock direction if that's the vibe that you're going for.
We can do the monoblock. We would order a chassis with a wider IRS, and then you can also decide on the wider IRS whether you would do a transaxle or a standard front transmission position.
Okay. So we're about how far away until we go to paint on this?
I'm hoping here in a few months.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely keep everyone up to date on what's going on with these cars. Obviously, it's not really the Legacy series. This car is not like every week having changes done to it, but as it progresses, we'll show.
No, we've been developing new parts, and we took our steering wheels that we were machining out of solid chunks and machined them in halves to cut 4 or 5 pounds out of the hoops, and that's what's available now on our website is the lightened steering wheels. They also won't retain as much heat because we've also noticed that when the steering wheel hoop, even though it's covered in Alcantara, when it's set in the sun, the aluminum that's inside gets warm. And so it's going to allow us to have air pockets inside. It's going to cut down on the weight, the reciprocal weight of the steering wheel, doing things like that. And so we just have a lot of small things we've been working on and just really tweaking on the cars that are on the road.
Yeah, so if anyone's interested in what is available to the public to purchase for your own Chevelle to bring that vibe to it that you see with these cars, you can go on the website and there's actually a link that displays all the different pieces. It's got lower bumper valance, it's got the hood cowls, it's got mirrors, it's
got the inner fenders. It has an interior kit that goes in there. If you want any of the other interior parts, you've got to buy the interior kit to start with. And so there's some customization that we'll do, but you've got to start with an off-the-shelf interior kit to get some of the other customized parts.
Yeah. So if you're depending on when you're watching this video, when it lands and goes up on YouTube, or if it's months down the line, just go to the website, and as things progress, you'll see what's available to the public.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you guys have any questions about these cars, you're more than welcome to go over to the website, and there is an inquiry page about builds, whether you're looking for a Legacy series or you're looking for another vehicle that you have and you like the work that Ironworks is putting out. You can inquire about getting a build for yourself. And yeah.
Thank you very much. Look forward to hearing from you.
These things are turning out really awesome. Hope you guys are enjoying them.